Greetings, gamers! I've been working on a new game called Incoming. Incoming is a 3D VR missile defense game. Protect your cities with a wide assortment of defenses against waves of warheads, bombers, zeppelins, and epic bosses. Wishlist today on Steam. Link is in the description. Greetings, spacefarers, and welcome to another episode. Starfield. Cobalt Thorium. Now, we want to go do some more stuff at Alpha Centauri. Particularly, I'd like to visit the Eye. There's a problem. We have contraband on board. We cannot go into Alpha Centauri orbit without being scanned. So we gotta ditch the contraband. The contraband is worth quite a lot. I do not want to ditch it. I'm not entirely sure what to do about this. However, there is this system here, Narian, and then there's also Valo. It's kind of interesting. Now, Narian is a Freestar Collective place, and I'm not sure if they're going to be as strong against contraband. So let's go ahead and try that. Now, what I'd really like to do is find a shielded some kind of shielded cargo container or something like that. Alright, we are in Nira? Is that where we want to go? Let's just make sure. Oh, Narion. Is that where we are? Show me. I thought, Nira, okay. Well, we didn't get scanned. Oh, this is where one-of-a-kind salvage is. There's a ship out here. Let's travel with that. Let's see what it is. Ship. Are you dead? That's not a ship. Where's the ship? Ship. Hello, ship. Derelict. Well, it appears to be the only thing here. What is that? I think all that's here is the derelict. Go ahead and dock. Level 32, though. This might be outside of our skill level here. Whatever's on board.
Stay alert. We have no idea how many enemies we're facing.
Or if we're facing enemies at all. This is the first I've heard of it. Okay, there's nothing there. Peeking through the window, see if I can see anything. Oh, hello. Security bot.
Engaging.
So a robot went crazy and killed the crew. Just the one.
Failure.
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
I will not tolerate the theft of any nearby objects. Warning. Criminal activity in this area will be punished.
So somebody's slate. That's where we need to go. Will you let me take the bitten sandwich? Okay, there's 2 slates. Sybil May.
If you attempt to engage
Devon
me in
Barkley.
combat, I will be forced to detain you.
Alright, then let me take the sandwich. Oh, there's another way up. Ship is quite a bit larger than mine. All right. Start the start. Loot this place. It's probably not going to be a whole lot. I think this will go pretty quickly. Alright, inventory. I don't really have enough space for loot, do I? Devon Barkley's slate. For the love of God. What is the deal with these freaking robots? I get that everyone loves them for what they did to those spacers, but I've got to be honest. They've gone from saving our asses to being big fat pains in the asses. All I want to do is go to the kitchen and make myself a sandwich. And I got this machine breathing exhaust in my face, asking if I have permission to leave my quarters. I got your permission right here, second brain. And if you try to boss me around again, I'll slam it right through your glass eye. Well, that did not work out, buddy. Did we never read this? Structural report. Yep, we've read that. Sybil May's slate. Ever since that dust-up with the spacers near Bessel 2, the robots in the ship have been acting strangely. I chided the captain in the past about not running periodic OS checks. But we've recently completed a firmware upgrade, and I don't think it's that. Several of the crew members are claiming that robots will occasionally deny them access to the bunks, kitchen, and cockpit, asking them if they have clearance. I noted that we're dealing with decommissioned UC Navy models, and some sort of remnant programming could be rearing its ugly head. The start of the errant behavior coincides with the spacer attack, in which the robots fought admirably. Timing cannot be ignored. Yep. I mean, maybe they hacked him or something. I don't know. Take the sandwich. All right, let's go. Is this a door? No. Okay. Go. I think we're good there. I'm going to be very minimal on this food tray. Darts. Apple chunks. I do like how that gun, that purple gun of ours, just like completely wasted those robots. Just like melted their armor off. We've never been over here, have we? Neurojack. It's a new one, I think. I don't know if we've come across it before. What are you? Pharma lab. We have a research station. Should be doing some outpost research. That's right, we can't. Weaponry research? Nope. Spacesuit research. Oh, we got plenty of tungsten. Toss that in there. Cosmetics, we have those. Somewhere. We have no polymer? I might just check our immediate inventory, not the ship inventory, or our companion inventory. Alright, cool. So we've done all of this. I don't think we've done here yet. Bottle opener. Notebook. So that's everything over here too. Yep. One path left. This one. Chunks cheesesteak, 105. Riley Owen wears slate.
Don't leave any of that behind.
Sent the chicken. That looks so disgusting. Oh my god. Oh man. Ugh. Vile. QWERTY? What? What? These guys have names? No, just this one. Strange. Let's read this Riley guy's thing. Notes. R for Riley. I've always had trouble making new friends. In school, they used to call me QWERTY because I needed a computer to express myself. When I did talk, I would say something awkward, and people would laugh. People think that the only time I'm funny is when I don't mean to be. Well, I disagree. It's not that I don't have a sense of humor. It's that I'm not used to using my outside voice. I get anxious in big crowds and just clam up. So I've been trying to practice by talking to one of my of the Model A's on board, who I affectionately named QWERTY. Why? Because robots are funny, even when they don't mean to be, just like me. But ever since the spacer attack, I feel like something's changed. I can't put my name on why, but it seems like every robot in the ship is stuck in combat mode, and they're constantly on alert. QWERTY won't talk to me about casual things. What's worse is he sometimes forgets my name. I talked to May about it, and she said that I shouldn't worry about it. Robots do 3D facial scanning, vocal recognition, and full biometric data scanning, and cross-reference it with a crew database. I joked that maybe QWERTY should buy me a drink first, and May laughed. Oh, okay, you're a little bit funny then. Okay, I was so happy that I made a joke in person. I ran to QWERTY to tell him the news, but he didn't even care. He just wanted to patrol the deck. Something's still off. Symbol May. So we're getting into the area where that robot was chilling.
Please stand back.
It's still here.
This unit is on patrol.
Okay. Just don't attack me, and we won't have a problem. Maybe we should try to talk to it. Nothing in the captain's locker? What is this? Not a very impressive side star. Mag pressure tank. Security robots. The crew's always getting on my ass for being cheap. I don't like to tip. I've been wearing the same jacket for the past 6 years, and my ship hasn't seen an upgrade since the Colony War. So yeah, I don't like to spend more than I have to. And there's bargains to be found everywhere, if you know where to look. When I got a tip about robots being decommissioned by the UC, I scooped them up from the junkyard and brought them back online. The crew thinks I'm too stingy to pay for mercs, but I've had awful luck with Ecliptic. I can't afford the newer Model A's. The other option is to have no security at all, but most of us aren't combat trained, and that would be a death warrant. We aren't equipped to fight zealots, pirates, and all the other threats out there in space. But these robots are. Space for attack. They jumped into orbit and had our grav down before we knew what hit us. These weren't just any spacers, they were professionals. One thing they didn't count on, though, was our numbers. Only 3 of them bothered to board, and when they did, they met an entire squad of ex-military robots ready to hold the line. Anyone who doubted whether these old refurbished machines could do the job isn't saying anything new. It would be out of line to say, I told you so. No need, I guess. But I might tell them a cred saved is a life saved. Because we splurged on some fancy ecliptic mercenary. Because had we splurged on some ecliptic mercenary, it wouldn't have been enough. The crew was jealous of the robots. They got a jumpy crew. Crew members claiming that the robots are glitching. They seem fine to me. Just a little jumpy. And can you blame them? As for facial recognition, I think it has more to do with the crew's hygiene than any failure on the robot's part. Barkley looks like more of a hobo than an engineer. May wants a robotics specialist, a drone to look into it. But I can imagine that would be cheap. We need to prioritize ship repairs. Given the damage to the grav drive and the shields, any robot maintenance would blow us way past our budget. Dead crewman. We're in trouble. Barkley assaulted a robot, and not only killed him, it turned the whole group aggressive. The machines have flagged the entire crew as hostile, and now every single one of us is a target. Using the intercom, I instructed the crew to stay in their quarters until we can find a way to disable them. May's trying a remote hack in the hopes of finding a kill switch, but I don't know if we have time. I can already hear them marching towards the door. Alright, now we know what happened. Cool. Neat little side story in here. Try to talk to this guy. Hey, buddy.
Please refrain from engaging in any criminal activity. I am programmed for combat.
Okay. Well, let's get rolling.
All right, Captain. Where are we headed next?
We're gonna leave here. We'll do a quick scan of the planet, maybe. Just see what it comes up with. Hyperia. Scan. Okay, it's an extreme environment. Any notable structures? There's an industrial outpost. I kind of want to get to a star station. There's 2 of them. I'm hoping one of them will have a shipyard. The clinic. Does not sound like a shipyard. We might be able to sell some gear, though.
Welcome to the clinic. If If you have a medical emergency, please use priority docking.
I really like the docking videos. They're so pretty.
Ma'am, I'm just a courier.
I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long have you been here?
About a year now, Doctor.
And in that year, how many times have we had this conversation about late or missing shipments of supplies?
I believe this is the third time.
Yes, that sounds right. 3 times. I will be making it very clear to your superiors that lives are at stake, and the clinic requires reliable transport. If your company cannot meet our needs, someone else will.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Thank you, Dr. Salvato. You may return to your duties.
Well, I guess he's just going to say
Thanks for delivering critical supplies would be nice to hear once in a while.
Alright, well, we've got a Constellation Guide 04. Permanently use 15% less O2 when moving. When over encumbered, we definitely need that. Oh boy.
There's a huge difference between being prepared and carrying too much.
It's a grav drive. I literally can't get here any faster.
You put more energy into it. I don't know why I'm looking in here. Actually, I do know why. Every once in a while, there'll be something that's untagged, like these credits. Oh, they are untagged. See? That's what makes it all worth it. What are these? A hookah canister. The hookah hose is takeable. Alright, Mr. Courier, what's your story?
I hate this delivery run. Can't ever get here fast enough. Thanks for delivering critical supplies would be nice to hear once in a while.
Running this facility is a challenge, even when there isn't an outbreak of some sort.
Alright, Lara, let's talk.
Welcome to the clinic. I'm Dr. Darvish, Chief of Medicine. Is there something I can do for you?
Well, let's talk. This is a medical facility.
I thought perhaps the name gave it away. This is one of the preeminent medical care centers in the Settle systems. We take our work very seriously.
Do you need any contraband organs? I'm here on business. Just looking around, I could use some medical supplies. She's gonna ask what business it is. We're not really here on business, so.
Are you? Because I don't have any appointments scheduled. We have a particular focus on astrovirology here. So the patients we take on tend to have unusual cases that require long-term care, and sometimes require unorthodox or experimental treatments. We have an excellent track record that speaks for itself, but it doesn't leave room for much else. Whatever business you may be here for, I trust that you will conduct it quickly, and do so without interfering with my staff or our operations.
I can try. You're in charge here? She already said that she is.
I am, yes. I took over from Dr. Eswaran when he retired 9 years ago. While the clinic does occasionally take on research projects that have their own chain of command, I am ultimately responsible for the entire facility.
She's already answered this. What kind of research projects?
I'm afraid that information is confidential, and restricted to our corporate partners funding the projects.
Has there ever been an accident? That's not... These are terrible questions.
The clinic has occasionally been faced with unique situations that might be considered hazardous in other facilities, but no, nothing that could not be contained and dealt with. Certainly.
That's not all I wanted to ask, actually. You mentioned astrovirology. What is that?
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of new worlds that humanity has set foot on. While many don't host some sort of life, there are more than enough that do. Any one of those worlds could be inhabited by all manner of pathogens, things we've never seen and have no idea how to treat. Someone has to try and stay ahead of what could be a very deadly curve. Here at the clinic, we do our best.
That sounds pretty good, actually. That's pretty cool. I'm glad I'm wearing a helmet. I hope you're paid well for what you do. I'm gonna go with this.
You wouldn't be the first to feel that way. There was a time I was mildly offended by it, but I've grown accustomed to it. If it makes you feel more at ease, be my guest.
That's a great answer. I'd like to help with your research.
Would you now? Well, I suppose we could always use additional research specimens. The more data we have about what's out there in the settled systems, the faster we can diagnose novel illnesses. In theory, at least. I suppose we could consider you an independent contractor of sorts. We keep a database of known alien sedatives, but more data points are always welcome. If you could provide some samples, it would be appreciated.
Sedatives, huh? We have found plenty of sedative in the past. Where do I find the resources that you need?
What we're looking for are basic organic substances. They could come from any number of flora or fauna on countless worlds across the settled systems.
It should be pretty easy.
Just keep your eyes open as you travel and harvest things when you find them. Or frankly, if you can find them at a reasonable price somewhere, purchase them. I'm less concerned with the source than the materials themselves.
We probably have enough of that. Like, maybe not on
I
hand.
hate this delivery run. Can't ever get here fast enough.
You wouldn't happen to have sedatives, would you?
Want to see what I'm carrying?
Is it all guns? Okay. Wait,
Bring
what?
me anything useful?
She has, like, nothing? Do we have any sedatives? Would it just come up as sedative? Would it be like alien sedative, xeno sedative?
Want to see what I'm carrying?
Alright. Inventory? What the hell is that? Alright, we're selling that as soon as we can. Oh my god. Actually, I want to keep that pacifier, don't I? Well, yeah.
Glad to
let's
haul
keep
whatever
the
you need.
pacifier.
Bye-bye.
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll need some work done?
I'd like to view and modify my ships.
Sure, have at it.
Nice. Shipbuilder. What can we add here? Okay, what I really want to find is a cargo bay that can resist scanning. Pope Protect. Spaceship landing bays. Landing bays. That's not what we're looking for. Cargo. Alright, let's look. Caravel. Inventory space, inventory space, inventory space. Inventory space, inventory space, inventory space, inventory space. How do you smuggle contraband? Well, I guess we're not doing it. Man, how great would it be to attach this on here somewhere? I almost feel like it would be a good idea to start over with this, start from scratch. Anyway. Let's see if we can sell any contraband.
If people would stop poking their noses into
To her.
every unexplored biome in the galaxy, perhaps we'd have
It's
a
a
little
grav
less work to
drive.
do.
I literally can't get here any
It's
faster.
encouraging to know that every case we cure here likely means dozens or hundreds more can be saved in the future.
Can I not buy and sell from you
Take
anymore?
care.
That's annoying.
People joke. Say those Varun zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you, it ain't a snake. It's some kind of celestial being.
It's the same thing that the UC security says. Oh, wow, this is quite a facility, actually. So this must be the security station. Where's the shop? It's a little threatening. Just have a laser.
It feels like I've been waiting forever.
A laser going around everywhere. Just reminding you that they
You
got
had a chance
guns
to talk
everywhere.
to Dr. Cassidy. Really fun guy. Try humor though. So dry. You might almost think he's non-existent.
What do you think they're doing back in the secure wing? I think one of us should ask, just for fun.
Really? Again with this whole thing?
What? Aren't you curious? It could be something amazing, or something horrifying.
It's secure for a reason. We don't need to worry about it, and we've been basically told not to, so quit it.
All right? But if we all start growing second heads or something, my credits are on what's going on in there.
Dr. Cartwright in Aquila City said I was crazy when I told her I wanted to transfer here. Now I kind of understand why.
All right, so who's going to be a shop owner here?
Have to keep an eye on
Her?
these doctors, or they'll work themselves to death. Are you the courier? You're not really supposed to be back here. You can just drop the delivery off by the docking port, and someone will take care of it.
Not the courier. Are there a lot of couriers coming through here?
Well, sure. We can't afford to run low on supplies. Never know what kind of medical emergency might pop up at any moment.
I'm not a courier.
Well, then you won't have Dr. Darvish breathing down your neck at least. But, well, we're not really set up for having folks just milling about in here. It is a medical facility, after all. If you could just do your best to steer clear of the doctors while they work and not interrupt things, I'd really appreciate it. And if you need anything, I'm right here, okay?
It's a really kind way of saying, do you like working alongside your husband? I didn't know. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't really say we work together. It just happens to be in the same place. He has his job keeping the peace. I have mine keeping this place running. Truth be told, I think it might drive one or both of us a little crazy if we actually work together. But I do appreciate being able to see him every day, even if it's just to pop over to his office and say hello or share a meal. It's nice.
But you're not a doctor?
Nurse supervisor, dear. I'm the one who takes care of all the doctors, as well as the patients. The more I can look after, the more the doctors can focus on patient diagnosis and treatment. Every role here is important.
She's kind of got this condescending, but like gently condescending attitude. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I hate it or if it's borderline hate.
Oh, sometimes, sure. Somebody walks in or is dragged in with something we haven't seen before. You best believe it's all hands on deck. Have to find out if it's lethal or contagious, or both.
Don't you ever wonder if you might get sick?
I used to. I think we all did to some degree when we started working here. But really, how does worrying help when you've got people to treat? It just gets in the way.
I wouldn't take that kind of risk. That's a lot of pressure, I would say.
It can be, yes. But we've all learned to live with it. If we didn't do this, who knows how many lives would be lost. It's harder on the newer folks, that's for sure. You take that Dr. Salvato. Nice man, but he's a little on the skittish side. He's a good doctor, but just needs a little more confidence, you know?
I could fake an illness if that would help. She would not like that. He's new to the clinic?
Mm-hmm. Only been here a year or so, which isn't much compared to some of us.
I wouldn't want a doctor who doesn't know what he's doing. Did she imply that? I don't think she implied that.
Don't misunderstand. He's got the training and the know-how. Just needs to relax and trust his instincts. Actually, now that we're talking about this, I wanted to do something nice for him. Give him a little pick-me-up. I overheard something about a meal he hadn't had in a long time. Thought maybe if I could deliver one to him, it'd be a nice gesture. You think you could help with that?
I could try. Your service.
Aren't you just the sweetest? You know that Don's Roost restaurant in New Atlantis? The fancy one? Dr. Salvato was talking about the synth liver pate.
Ugh.
Said he'd never forget it. You bring me a plate and I'll make sure we brighten up his day.
Yeah, we can do that. I know exactly where it is. Anything else we can talk about?
You catch my Ben nodding off. Give him a good smack for me. The man, bye for
Oops,
now.
I didn't mean to do that. Oh well.
You didn't hear this from me, but those ecliptic mercenaries, the factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both. That's why they give them a wide berth. Ask me, those murdering assholes should be blasted into space dust.
Am I right?
Poor people. I can't imagine suffering from something no one understands. It must be terribly frightening for them.
Well, I suffer with your company. No one understands that.
You're doing just great.
Oh my god, the
Chief
constant
expect me to
validation.
get all this done by myself.
What?
Need to make sure those samples get disposed of. If you're thinking about going into medicine, just be really sure before you commit to it. Really sure.
I couldn't tell you the last time I wasn't breathing recycled air.
Alright. Maybe I can sell some guns to this guy.
Worst I usually have to deal with is folks worried about getting diagnosed fast enough. Can't blame them. Not exactly a hotbed of criminal activity here, is it? Well, that suits me fine.
I'm guessing you don't see much action around here.
Well, you'd be guessing correctly then. Even if there was some kind of trouble, which there almost never is, Freestar Security would handle that. Truth is, this post is what you might call ornamental in nature. Ever since the clinic came under Freestar Collective control, there's been a ranger here. I reckon it's to serve as a reminder who's in charge of this place. Between you and me, this place sees some weird cases. Gross ones, too.
How long have you been a Freestar Ranger?
Well, let's see now. I joined up in 2292, so that'd be 38 years now? Damn. Hard to believe, now that I think about it. Almost 40 years. There ain't been many Rangers who served that long, I can promise you that.
How many other Rangers have served as long as you? Any thoughts on retirement?
Well, offhand, I can only think of two. Cassie Hickson made it to 42 years before she caught a bullet from one of them Shaw gang boys. He got himself all liquored up at Aggie's. That's over in Aquila City. Started using the passers-by for target practice. Then there was old Rusty Ortega. Had a good run of 52 years and retired to a farm on Montara Luna. Passed away just a few years back. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up.
I don't like how it keeps canceling me. Is that because I'm setting? It keeps ending the conversation rather than going back to the main menu.
I'm just here to keep the peace. You need medical help, I'm the last person you want to talk to. Between you and me? Well, let's see now. I joined up... Damn. Hard to... There ain't been many...
Any thoughts about retirement? You seem a little old for this line of work. Let's just flatter him.
Thank you kindly. I've enjoyed the work, and I'm proud to serve. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up.
Alright, I guess that's it. Not a whole lot to talk to him about, apparently. Freestar Ranger story. I was really hoping to find a shop person.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buying. Kiosk right here for you.
No matter how much we learn, we're only just barely staying ahead of the curve. I am, yes. While the clinic does...
I thought she had...
Certainly.
I thought we had an option with her at the beginning.
There are 100. Any one...
To...
Someone has to...
Trade supplies. Sounds like a dangerous job. Let's go.
If we do it right, no, not usually. An abundance of safety protocols are in place, and we have decades of experience. Ironically, this may be one of the safest environments in the settled systems. Goodbye.
We need to find a shopkeeper.
Anything I can help you with?
Can we trade here? Ooh. Looks like we can. I guess that they do not trade in contraband. We do have contraband, right? Oh, this is buy. Sell. We want to sell, right? Misk. Okay, we want to sell these. Utica grants increased resistance to damage and fortifies oxygen. Neurojack. Enhancement to the Chem Synapse Alpha, known to improve cognition. Research projects require few resources for 10 minutes, plus 50% chance of research sudden developments for 10 minutes. Well, I guess we'll keep that around. This thing, like, cures everything. Might be good to keep some of that. I think we've decided that we don't need this one. Bye-bye. Probably don't need this one either. Alright, well that's good, at least. But let's see if we have... we indeed have... yeah, we have harvested organs. Xeno warfare tech. I definitely want to keep them. I just don't know what to do with them. How do we get them by security? Or is there some place...
My brother-in-law just got back from 2 weeks in Paradiso. Place looked amazing. But if I have to look at one more vacation photo, I'm gonna clean his clock.
Go to Paradiso. Okay.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the settled systems. And they like to use old abandoned facilities as outposts. You know, the ones left over from the colony war.
Alright, I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I want to explore this place just yet. This is...
I really hope someone comes to take a look at me soon.
You know, if you go out there with no helmet on, your head will totally explode. True story.
Okay. I think I might wrap up this episode here. I need to think about where we're going to... Because I don't really want to sell these organs either. There's probably a limited number of these special contraband items in the game. And there's probably going to be quests, probably around Neon and stuff, to get these things. So I don't want to sell them. I want to store them someplace. But now that we have them... I don't really know what to do. Let's look at our skills. We should have a bunch of them. Is there one for smuggling? Gain a complete list of cargo on ships. Anyway, I think we'll wrap up this episode here. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. I try to put up new episodes every day, so hopefully that'll continue. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you'll join me in the next one. Bye-bye.